Hello traders, welcome back. In the previous lecture, I have discussed about the basic structure of valid and invalid tops and bottoms in a price action chart. And in this lecture today, I will be talking to you about the swing points. The term swing point is basically being used for swing trading. In a trending market, whether it's an uptrend or downtrend, price goes into a specific direction, or maybe we can say at the current trend direction by continuously making the tops and bottoms. These all the tops and bottoms are the swing points of a trend. If a top of a trend is a valid top, then we call this as valid swing point. And if the top is invalid top, then we call this as invalid swing point. Likewise, if the bottom is valid, then we call this a valid swing point. And if the bottom is invalid, then we call this as invalid swing point. So all the tops and bottoms, either they are valid or invalid, we will call them swing point. But to recognize them as their kind of formation, we call the top swing points as swing high and the bottom swing points as swing low. These are the very important levels. There we make the trading decisions like whether we should take a long trade entry or a short trade entry. These levels or swing points are also important to getting out of a trade at the right time by taking the profits. Swing points are mainly four types based on uptrend and downtrend in the market. In an uptrend market, where price goes higher and higher by making continuous tops and bottoms, we call the top swing points as higher high, since every swing point or swing high is higher than the previous one. And we call the bottom swing points as higher low, since every bottom swing points or swing low is higher than the previous one. In an uptrend, the higher highs are the levels from where price consolidation begins. We also call this as the retracement point. Price goes down from the top swing points or higher highs to create a new higher low or bottom swing point. So bottom swing point or higher lows are the levels from where the market gets enough buying pressure to continue the trend again. That's why higher low levels are the best place to trade long. Our strategies, one of the main goal is to identify a trend's higher low levels to trigger long trade entries as early as it possible. Remember one thing very carefully, that an uptrend is valid until every higher high is higher than the previous higher high and every higher low is higher than the previous higher low. That's the way we can tell that the upward momentum of the uptrend is still running strong. On the other hand, the top swing points are called the lower high levels of a downtrend market, since the top swing points are the highest level of a downtrend which goes lower and lower by the time. And the bottom swing points are called the lower lows in a downtrend market, since every bottom swing points of a downtrend market is the lowest level of that downtrend as price goes more lower and lower by the time. The lower lows of a downtrend are the points from where price starts to consolidate by going up for a retracement. And the lower highs are the points from where sellers get enough strength as volume so that traders can understand that the retracement is over, hence the downtrend continues its journey. That's why the lower high points or the top swing points of a downtrend market are the area where we will look up for short trade entries, because as early as we can catch the rally of a trend, our chances will be increased to win a trade with maximum profit. And again, the momentum of a downtrend is strong or valid until every lower high of a downtrend is lower than the previous lower high, and every lower low level is lower than the previous lower low. So now, let's make a tour to the real trading platform and recognize the higher highs and higher lows in the uptrend market and lower highs and lower lows in the downtrend market. As you can see, this is a day chart of pound versus yen, and you will notice that the market is trending upward on this chart by making continuous tops and bottoms. The tops in this chart or the swing high points are the higher highs of this uptrend, and the bottoms or swing lows of this chart are the higher lows of this uptrend. And you can see every higher high point has formed above its previous higher high point. On the same way, every higher low point has formed above the previous higher low point. When all the higher high forms above the previous higher high and all the higher low forms above the previous higher low, this gives the indication that the market is completely under control of the buyers. But when a swing high point can't reach the previous higher high and the swing low also fails to stay above the previous higher low, then this kinds of setup indicates that the end of the uptrend is coming ahead. You will learn more on this in a later section where I will talk about how to detect the end of a trend as well as other relevant things on this topic. Now let's have another example. This is a day chart of USD CAD, and you can see that the market is trending downward on this chart by making continuous tops and bottoms or swing high and swing lows. Now, in terms of swing trading, all the tops in this downtrend market, we call them the lower highs as they are the highest point of this downtrend market, and all the bottoms of this downtrend, we call them the lower lows as they are the lowest point of this downtrend market. And you can also notice that every lower high has formed below its preceding lower high level, and every lower low has formed below its preceding lower low level, which makes the downtrend momentum more stable to trade. This is not essential for every lower high and lower low to form below their preceding lower high and lower low, but it's very important that both back-to-back lower high and lower low points should not form above their preceding lower high and lower low at the same time. Otherwise, it will indicate the end of the downtrend momentum in the near future. So that was the end for today. I am signing off for now. Hope you guys enjoyed the lecture. We'll see you in the next class. Till then, goodbye and have a nice day.